Within 2 days of being shot, the police watchdog, the IOPC, announced that Chris Kaba had been unarmed. And now, just over a year later, the Crown Prosecution Service has decided that the officer known as NX121 will face murder charges. Within that time, of course, Mr. Kaba's family has been trying to navigate this complex criminal justice system. They say they welcome today's decision, but the journey to this point has been hard.
Now there is no life. We don't have any life. And we have a big trauma. Me, Prosper, and Chris's brother. Why all this? I can't sleep without of medication. Can you imagine? How can I be in peaceful mind? No. And I can't grieve properly for my son. Because we need answer. And we are waiting.
On the 5th of September last year, Chris Kaba was killed in what appears to be a so-called hard stop. Previous public inquiries into police shootings have raised concerns over this tactic, which has been described as high risk. At 9:52 on that Monday night, the police say they were in pursuit of a suspect vehicle in the Lambeth area, without lights or sirens, for approximately 15 minutes, and that the vehicle was stopped following tactical contact in Kirkstall Gardens.
If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace.
Just after the shooting, there were protests almost every weekend. A 6-month criminal investigation by the IOPC ended with the case being passed to the CPS, and 6 months after that came the decision to charge for murder. This has happened once before. The police officer who shot Azal Rodney in 2005 had a murder trial. The police say they'd had intelligence that Mr. Rodney and others were on their way to carry out a robbery. The trial heard that the officer Anthony Long fired 8 shots in 2.1 seconds. He was found not guilty, and after the verdict he said that police officers don't go out intending to shoot people, that they make split-second life or death decisions based on the information available to them at the time. Inquest, the charity that investigates state-related deaths, has found that 80 people have died as a result of police shootings in England and Wales since 1990. High-profile cases include Azal Rodney, Mark Duggan and Jermaine Baker. A police officer has never been found guilty of murder or manslaughter offences in relation to a police shooting. The law makes conviction extremely difficult because police only have to think they were at risk to shoot in self-defence.
What we hear, and the reason why officers, the decisions are made not to prosecute, is that the Crown Prosecution Service doesn't think they can undermine the officer's statement that they honestly believed that they were faced with a serious risk to life. Now that's really the kind of legal issue that it comes down to at the end of the day, is whether or not that testimony and those officers' beliefs will always be accepted.
The Metropolitan Police says today's announcement is a significant and serious development, adding that the officer is still suspended from duty. The CPS says its decision isn't a finding or implication of guilt or criminal conduct. That'll be up to the court.
Every single day, we cannot pass it without thinking about this problem and about Chris. Chris is our first son. He's the one who always making you laugh, making you happy. There is no more family, no more life since the 5th September 2022 when they killed Chris.
NX121 will make his first court appearance tomorrow, starting a process that will determine if Chris Kaba's shooting was murder or not.